everyone. I'm John McElroy, and I'm your host with the Florida Aviation Network. We are broadcasting live and in the clear from the terminal building here at Sebring Airport. It's the U.S. Sport Aviation Expo 2018, where we are flying into the future. It is a great day here in Central Florida. We're very happy to have our next guest, and that's Eugene Noch. How you doing?
Good afternoon. Very good.
Welcome to our program.
Nice to see you.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, normally I'm behind the cameras and watching you do this with our other hosts, but today I get to hang out with you.
I remember that over at Sun and Fun.
I'm looking forward to hearing all about what's happening. So what brings you here and what's going on? What is your plans for today and what excitement do you have?
Well, once again, as you said, we're at the 2018 Sebring EXPO. This is a fantastic property. Yesterday when I flew in, I came in from Sarasota at 1,000 feet. I took a moment to look at the track. That is a world-famous track. They have the 12 Hours of Sebring that has a lot of historical information out there, a movie on it and everything. So, and when I landed, I noticed that Mario Andretti's jet was out there, 500 MA.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it is great. And so this particular event has not only this world-class get-together for Aviation Expo, and some of the very, very interesting leading edge of avionics and the newest things that are out there.
Plus some of the manufacturers,
manufacturers
their
are great.
Is just amazing, isn't it?
And the air cam I looked at, and what a fantastic! And there's one on floats out there, that's fantastic. And then the different models, they just have to come out here and see. It's what general aviation has come to. These machines. One of the guys was telling me how he flew it from Florida all the way out to Utah. I happened to do the same thing with one of my helicopters, and I immediately said, I flew from Salt Lake over to Provo, GPS, map, and we both started laughing because you don't need that. There's a mountain range there, right. Easy flight, and a beautiful flight. I did it in the summer at 110 degrees. He did it in the very late summer, so it's cooler. So that was a fun discussion.
Just follow the Wasatch Range.
Yeah, fantastic.
Good stuff.
But then in addition to that, the racetrack is beautiful. One of the straightaways is or was a runway.
Yes.
So when you approach it from the west like I did, you actually think it's an east-west runway. It's a runway.
It does it.
And so no wonder they get some incredible speeds out here with the cars.
It's fun to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, the perspective that you had is in the helicopter that you flew in, and that's what we're here to talk about today. You are the pilot of the Batcopter.
Yeah, the original Batcopter from the TV series Batman and the movie also.
How cool is that?
It is. It's been my pleasure to own it all these years and to be in charge of it.
I like the story about how you got into that. Let's hear that again. I love that you were and take it from there.
Well, it was the summer of 1997. Of course, I've been a helicopter operator since the summer of '86, and in that summer '97, we just wanted to expand. We already had a few of these wide-body Bells, and we wanted another one. So it was prior to, the internet and the cell phone and so many things that we take for granted today. Back then, it was a little simpler, and you had to write letters, you had to make phone calls, and there were really only two Bell 47s wide-bodies that fit the bill for what we were doing. And the one that came into our midst was 3079er Gulf. And the seller kept telling me it has a significant TV motion picture film history to it. I then said, fine. How many hours are left on the engine?
Right.
How many hours are left on the main rotor blades and the grips? There is a long sheet on these helicopters. Every component has a time remaining, So he mentioned the significance. I went 5 times.
He keeps going back off the chart.
Yeah. Finally, he stopped saying that. We got down to the facts of the monetary amounts, etc. We made a deal. I sent him a deposit. He sent me the logbooks in whole. There were many. These older machines have quite a few logbooks. So I got them. And the comical is that in my office, I could see the TV area that we have. And my oldest son was watching the Batman television, actually the movie, on a VHS in a regular box television back then.
Just by coincidence.
Coincidence. So I saw the Bell 47 being pushed out of the hangar at Van Nuys Airport is where they shot all this. And I noticed the N number there, and it was the same that I had but we had to click back and forth.
Incredible.
It wasn't clear as it is
Yeah,
today.
I could just see you now. Wait a minute. Hang on.
Well, it takes a minute. It takes
Yeah.
pause. It's kind of like discovering, history, facts. In our flying machines, a lot of people that don't fly maybe don't realize the intensive amount of information that is in all of these flying machines. So like when you get to DC-3s, DC-4s, all the other older cargo aircraft, and you go through their
Tells a great story.
well, it actually goes down to World War II,
Sure.
the Korean War in '52. It keeps going because a lot of these flying machines have kept going.
Certainly where this got born.
Yeah, so a lot of history there. So you can see, and then it parallels some of the other shows. In the case of the Batcopter, it parallels from, it was built in '64. The TV show was in '66. But if you continue on, there were other shows, including ABC Wide World of Sports, and also the FBI TV series that made it into the '70s. So it parallels. You can see a lot of that, and it was very interesting for me to see that.
In 2018, you've got the copter here. Tell us about your show. What are you going to do with that today?
Well, once again, the whole reason we're here is because we are celebrating the 2018 Expo here at the racetrack at Sebring. And, first of all, did you see this very nice terminal they have here?
Absolutely.
This place is bustling, just packed with people. It's an abundance success. So we're here. Our part, and what I have personally done, myself and my 6 kids that I have, we're all aviators. We all fly. Even my 2.5, I have a little kid. I think
Wow.
you guys know that. He was here last year at the Sun and Fun. But 2.5-year-old is already tuned in that he is going to learn to fly. Whenever he comes to our hangar, he's always ready to clean or do some kind of work. That's on his mind, So, but our goal with our flying machine, which is very significant, is to inspire young aviators to learn and want to be pilots. And we, of course, tie into the military in the United States. We do a lot of air shows in our business.
We'll see you at Sun and Fun.
Well, yeah, of course, yes.
Yep.
But we this last year we just did Oceana, which is a naval fighter base, and we performed there. And you would have been surprised to see how many Batman T-shirts from young people that showed up because they promoted the Batcopter was going to be here. And we talked about that with the MC while the act is on, is that we hope to inspire young people to become aviators in our military and civilian world. That's the biggest push for me.
Well, and you mentioned family. You've got family here today as well.
So my son George is here, and he is an aviator. He flies airplanes and helicopters both. We also, I think a lot of people know this about us, we're also car people. So that's why we like the track over there.
Well, we're going to talk with George a little bit about that, aren't we?
He has had the pleasure, but he's going to tell you about this, to drive the Batmobile at some of America's greatest racetracks.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is.
The Batcopter, and his son drives the Batcar. That's just going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Batmobile. Yes. Well, we've got about 1 more minute left in our program. You've got it. What is what's the highlight for you being here, and what's the last thing that you want to tell our listeners?
Well, first of all, we still have 2 more days here. Today is a busy day. The weather's fantastic. Tomorrow at noon, we're going to be doing our air show act, which is the Batcopter and a Batmobile, complete with music and a narration. And I think people will enjoy how we utilize these one-of-a-kind type vehicles in a setting like this. Same thing with Saturday. But I think that everybody should come out here and enjoy what we're doing here. Good, wholesome fun.
I couldn't agree more.
And all the restaurants, if you can see behind you, the restaurants are full. Everybody's in a good mood, and it's just a great place to be.
Definitely. A lot of the vendors and are out there doing a good job of it. But let me tell you, when you fly and the Batmobile's out there, the airport shuts down. Everybody starts watching what you're doing. Make no mistake about it. You are a huge hit when it comes to flying helicopters.
Thank you.
And taking over the skies.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We do our best, and remember what our inspiration is.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for being with us on our program today. It's been our pleasure having you with us. I'm John McElroy for the Florida Aviation Network. And once again, we're broadcasting live from the terminal building at Sebring Airport for the U.S. Sport Aviation Expo 2018. We'll see you when we talk to our next guest.